Hi everyone, Kayla Calver here from cleverpacks.co.uk, and this is Technique Tuesdays. And I absolutely fell in love. I was browsing around and trying to understand how some of the shapes that I've seen around work, and I absolutely love this one. It's called the diamond card. There is almost in every pack of DSPs on a Stampin' Out catalog. They have the normal patterns and they come with beautiful foil papers. Normally is a couple of sheets in a pack, and I tend to hoard them because they're so pretty. And I thought I challenged myself to find something and make something that I would be actually love it. This is a 4x4 card. But when it's open, you can see the combination of copper foil sheets and some stamping. But I think it's absolutely lovely. It would stand like this or in the vertical as well. So what I wanted to do is, instead of doing exactly the same, there is 2 different papers in this package, because this is from Paisley and Paisleys. Sorry, it's Petals and Paisleys DSP. So I got the other one, which is the blue one, the Night of Navy, if I'm not wrong. We are going to score and prepare the base of it, and we're going to do a little bit of heat embossing as well. What I have here, if I don't know, I'm not so sure you can see, but the paper that we're using is shimmery white, which is somehow in between whisper white and very vanilla, but it has a shine to it that actually matches quite well what we're trying to achieve on this one. So let me get to the side. This card has a bit of turning and finding the right angle for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my trimmer instead of my scoreboard today. And I'm gonna put my blade all the way down so I don't cut anything that I shouldn't be cutting, because this is already the right size. This is 4 inches by 12. So on one of those sheets you will be able to get 3 cards of the same shape. Okay, let me get this into mark. So we're gonna score at 2, 4, and I did something I didn't open that. Let me just open this side here. We're gonna make a notch on the 6 on top and the bottom, and you're gonna get why. Just a little notch up and down, and we're gonna go to 8 and score all the way up, and 10 all the way up again. Okay, at the moment we have 4 lines and a notch halfway through on 6. Don't know if you can see here the lines. What we need to is, using the notch that we have, we want to go and score all the way to the first score line that we have. So we're gonna actually angle this with the notch or with the score line, the notch with the score line, and we're going to get all the way and do again from the notch on the first score line with the notch in there. And now we're gonna turn around and do exactly the same. Using the notch, we're gonna go all the way to the first line. So the notch is here. My first line is there. Will make more sense once we manage to get into the other side so you guys can see better. I know the paper is beautiful, but probably you can't see most of what I'm doing. So now you have 2 axis and a line in the middle of them, and this is the main front of our card, and these are the sides. So now we're going to start folding. Putting my stem away. what we need is to fold these two sides inwards. So we just burnish this collar on both sides. So in the back we have a white base for this card, and it's quite stronger, a lot stronger than a card would be. So I'm gonna now fold the other one, the second line, straight line, in. Same on the other side. And now we're gonna start burnish the cross line. We are on the other side. Same on here. We just burnish. And the last one. Okay. Now, I think, can you see the? I think is a better way to see the shades. What you need to do is to pinch in the middle of the X, but then use your fingers just to push the card inside. But then we can actually have a shape here. So our card shape is done. What we need is to get the decoration in. What I did here, I left, because this paper is so beautiful, I didn't put panels on the sides. If we decided to go, if you decide to go with a different paper, there is a panel which is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 that goes in this side, but I'm not gonna have that. What I'm just having is the triangles that go on the shape that folds. So for that, I will need, I cut it 3, but because I did the other one, now I'm left with 1 1/2, because it's exactly the amount that we need. Okay, we're gonna need 1 1/2 triangles, 1 1/2 squares to make the 1 2 3 4 5 10 triangles that we need. Okay, I'm gonna just get my trimmer back and put it aside. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this one that I have a half to make the first set of triangles that we need, because that is the exact size. To do this, I just need to trim this triangle in half, which I'm gonna just put here. Use the line in the middle of my trimmer, and right straight against it, just come and cut. I like to put the scorer just to make the edge coming down. So these are the 2 triangles that we're gonna need to put it on the sides. Okay, so now we are left with 8 triangles missing, but they are smaller. They're half of the size of the one that we just cut. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the trimmer again and align the 2 points into the cutting area and cut. Okay, and go back and cut it in half, because that's where we start on that other one. And we're gonna cut in half again, and we're gonna have the exactly right size for the smaller panels that we have in the inside. And we're gonna repeat this until we have all of them. So we end up with 4, and here we are again, half. And while we doing this, I'm just trying to get all of them cut so we don't have to come back to the trimmer again. So here we are. So now we have the 8 triangles, the smaller triangles that we're gonna need for the other panels. I'm just put my trimmer away. So here we are, we have the 8 smaller ones and the bigger ones for the sides of it. Okay, let's glue it. The one thing that I'm just quite aware is I'm going to use fast fuse. If you prefer to use tumble glue, just be aware, because of the foil tends to slip around, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna fast forward because you don't need to see me gluing 10 triangles. So here we are. The one thing that you need to be aware is that we needed to be gluing, but not on top of our scored lines, because we still needed to fold it and we wanted to be in place when we finish. So we just glue around, but avoiding the lines that we have scored. Okay. So now we have our card, our base card is ready. I just had a little bit of time just to get forced down, because now that we have more layers, tendencies to want it to be open. Almost like a table card. Okay, so what we did, I have heat embossed this area, but we don't have a blue one. That's what I wanted to use. So I decided to use a technique that we use Versamark to begin with. I'm stretching and pick up. I'm gonna use Versamark and then use Night of Navy on top of the same stump before we put it into paper. I'm using the shimmery white card, and I'm gonna use this, and I'm using the Mary's Wishes, which will be funny. Mary's Wishes, and it goes, let me get my stump, Be Joyful. So let me get both parts ready. And first we dab with the Versamark. Make sure that you have well covered. And with the Night of Navy. Okay, let's go in, get it centered. Sorry about my head if it is in the middle right now. Just want to make sure that I get into the right place. And we're gonna use a clear embossing powder to give the same feel that we had when we were using the copper one. Put it down. I completely forgot to use my embossing buddy. Let's hope I didn't put my finger too much in this paper so it will not get stuck with more embossing powder than it should be. Okay, let me just put it away because it's getting a bit messy. And I'm gonna I have it dashed just a second so I can put my heating gun up and it's not too noisy. I guess I could get by with the shimmery paper and not have used my embossing buddy. Pure strike of luck. There we go. And put some mark away. So we now have our stamped label. And it's so nice because it's still quite shiny and matching the kind of colors that we have within here. I have one more square, sorry, and this is the base of this area here, which is, let me see because I forgot how big it is. It's 2.5 by 2.5. This one is 2.25 by 2.25, the top bit. But all the measurements were going to be in the blog, so just go and have a look and grab some tea and have a go, because it's such an easy card to make. Let me get this in here. And I'm gonna glue this. I'm not using dimensions for this one. And let's center this one. How elegant. So the colors and the coordination. The last thing that I'm gonna do, I'm using for the decoration, I have used Starlight Stainless die. It has a matching stump set that coordinates with it, and I'm using this later on filming, so it's not quite in my desk at this point in time, but I find it's so delicate. It has so many intricate details, but it's not an easy thing to you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time just to get out of the die cutting. I'm using my die brush, and it will help just to get things out of here without too much ado. It helps a lot. If you try to do this one by one, it will take you ages, especially when you try to do quite a few of them. Let me just put this away. I've already lost one of my ovals die layering. I don't want to lose another one. So here, what I'm gonna do, because such a delicate little cut going through, I'm gonna use my fine tip glue pen and just dab a little bit. Just be conscious where you're gonna stick yours, like here, so you know that you need to apply glue only on this side, and do be aware that there is a right side up, which is the short stem is on the top bit. And we're going here. Okay, there's not a lot going on in the other direction because you're going to be hanging over the layers, so it's not actually touching you throughout. I'm just going, oops. So you should, the fast fuse that once you put it down is there, it's not going to move. Okay, let me just pressure like this in place while I'm with one hand try to put it back with the glue pen tip. That's entertaining, isn't it? Never mind. Okay, so now it's stuck in place. The last thing that we do, I use the basic pearls. Let me just grab mine from here. Just keep inside of the boxes, otherwise I would have bits and bobs everywhere. And I'm just gonna scatter a few of this. Let me just grab. These are the medium ones. If I can actually put it down. I'm gonna grab a couple of the small ones and scatter here, and here. And the last one, I'm gonna grab a big one just to make an impact here on the bottom. There we go. So that's it. That's our diamond card with various witches stamp set and Petals and Paisleys special foil page paper. Oh gosh, today is not the date. So here we are. We have both versions of it, of the paper that you find on the set, and I hope you enjoy. If you give us a thumbs up and share around. This was Kayla Calver from cleverparks.co.uk. Happy crafting. Bye.